Okay guys, so I guess we will start our build. The first thing I wanted to show you before we go over to Somerville Place is the city that I built with mods. It's called Sanctuary City. So this is an example of what you can build if you use mods. Today I'm going to show you how you can build without mods, and this is for all those people that are on consoles or just don't want to mod the game. I totally get it, and I'm going to show you how you can do that. But before we do that, I want to just show you what you can do with mods. This is Sanctuary City. If you want to see an in-depth video of Sanctuary City, just subscribe to me on YouTube and you can see all the ridiculous things that I built in this city. But let's go to our build site. It's all the way down here in Somerville Place, so we'll go there right now. Alright, so hopefully the video quality is good. Looks like it's not raining for a change, which is nice. I do want it to be daytime so you can see, so I'm going to go in here and sleep for about 12 hours so you guys can see what I'm building. Alright. Looks like I failed to talk to settlers at some bluff. Who cares? Alright, so let's start building. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean out what's already around. Like this fence, I'm going to clean that out. All I'm doing is I'm hitting R and then E. By the way, I'm on PC if it's not obvious. So R is to scrap, E is to confirm it. So I'm just cleaning this out really quick because I want this space to build. Here we go. So I'm just doing R and E really quickly, clean out that fence. Okay, so I'm going to store these crops in my workshop. And that's just Tab E. Oops. Tab E. Tab E. Tab E. And there we go. So I've cleaned out the left side of the house, Somerville Place, and the right side looks pretty cleaned out, but let's go back here and see if I can remove this tree. Any other clutter? Alright, that looks pretty good. So let's start with the build. I'm going to use primarily wood today. I'm not going to use a lot of metal. I'm not really worried about resources, so I don't want to be worried about resources, but I may run out of something, and if I do, I'll just I'll enter in a dev command to give me more resources, because I don't want to deal with having no resources during this video. So like I said, I'm going to build this with wood, and one of my favorite building materials is this, the shack stairwell. And one thing that I want to talk about first is just how you build. So one of the things about building in Fallout 4, just the basic game, not with any mods, is it can be pretty freaking confusing. Knowing how to make things line up, knowing if something can build at all. So the first thing is, if it's green, it means you can build it. All right. In order to spin it or to move it left or right, to spin it left, I use left mouse button or right mouse button to spin it right. If you want to move it up or down, you use your mouse, moving it up or down. Some other weird things about this is you can sometimes place it against something and it seems like it should place, but it won't. And what I use is I use the WSAD keys on the keyboard, which moves me, my actual person, around, but it will also move around the selection. You can also use the mouse wheel. So if you use the mouse wheel by going outward, it'll move away from you, and mouse wheel in moves it very close to you. So I use all of those things. So left left mouse button, right mouse button, up and down with the mouse itself, mouse wheel out, mouse wheel in, and finally strafe. All of those I use when I build, and they're really important. If you don't use all of them, then it just makes things take too long. So let's start by just placing this simple shack stairwell. I'm going to hit Tab to remove the active selection, and then I can move over, like sort of getting perpendicular to this, and I can see that it's not perfect. You see how there's a little bit of a discrepancy there. I can hit E, and then I can just strafe with A to the left. You see how I was able to line that up a little better, maybe a little bit more to the right, and see now it looks pretty damn perfect. Okay, so that's an example of how you might use it. Now you see I built one stairwell there. I'm going to build another one over here. And it's the same idea. You strafe left and right, wait for the green to show up. You can move the mouse around too. You can spin it as well. I want it to be as perfectly straight as possible, but my first challenge is just getting it down. So now that I've put it down, I'm going to hit Tab, and then I'm going to get perpendicular to it. So I can see that this is the straight line that I want, and you see it's crooked. So I can either hit E and move myself to make it straight, or I can try spinning it too. So if I want to, I can spin it, but I think spinning it makes it even more difficult. So I usually just strafe, and I think that looks pretty good. Maybe fix it a little bit more. But the key here is that you have to make sure that the first placement is good. The first thing that you place is in a perfect spot, because it will dictate the rest of your build. So if this is not perfectly aligned with the building, then it will just screw everything up. So as I build out, if I didn't make this flush with the existing building, then it just screws everything up. So I can build from down here if I want, and I can just move this out and hit E to slap it on pretty quickly like that. I personally don't like doing that. I like actually getting up and facing it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit E, I'm going to spin it, and you see how that gives me two different groove options. I like having the grooves sort of match, like so. If I hit up, then it will just automatically bring back the same selection I had earlier, and I use right mouse button to spin it. Hey, sorry, Alexa just went off there. That was annoying. That's my Amazon Echo. Okay, so, and all I do is I move forward with my WSAD keys on my keyboard, and I just hit E, and they automatically snap in. You see how, like, if I move around, it will snap in, and for whatever reason, it seemed to snap in there. If I just there, sweet. So let's just complete this boardwalk all around the house. Pretty simple stuff. And if you run into a spot where you're like, I don't know if this is going to fit, you can just be sort of, you can use your mouse and be creative, or just spin it, and you'll see that it will snap in a lot of cases. Now I know it's easier on PC than it is on console to do this, but I think it's worth trying, even if you're on console as well. So I'm going to switch to a smaller floor. It's called small floor. And I'm just going to do this final connection. See, it looks like this ended up being wonky. So what I might do is just delete this by scrapping all this crap, and instead go back to the left and build it out this way. And that does happen a lot. Snap that in, turn this around. You see how I'm using the mouse wheel to make it snap into place? That can be very helpful. Okay. So what I might do is, you see how there's a little bit of gap here? I might try to fix it this way and see if I can get away with maybe laying an extra floor here. Let's see. I'll go to a smaller one like this, or this. Sometimes if you lay it, like, you see that? Sometimes if you lay it like in the middle of an existing, it'll snap on. Yeah, there we go. So now I kind of fixed my own mistake. So it ended up not working out, but it kind of looked weird there. But it allows me to have a boardwalk that sort of fits. It's not super obvious that I messed up, but I did mess up. There we go. So we got a boardwalk, and we've got 2 ladders that go to the second floor. That's great. Let's build some sidewalls here. So I'll go over to walls, and we'll go over to what I like to use is this wooden wall. And let's line it up and just hit E. So I hit tab to get out of the selection, and then if I come over here and stand perpendicular to it, then I can strafe left and right until it's just perfect. And see, and you want to make sure that that first one is good, because then all the other ones that you add and snap on are just going to follow suit, as you can see. Well, the last one's always tricky. You have to like spin it and be creative. And again, there we go. If you're using mods, you don't have these problems because all the modders have fixed all of these wonky problems with the build system. But the whole point of this video today is to show you that even though I've built a lot of cities on my YouTube channel with mods, I can build and you can build with the default game. So if you're on console, you can still build impressive structures without having to use mods. Okay, I think that's going to be good enough. Let's see if that looks pretty good. Alright, so if the first one is in a good position, then the rest just snap in theory. See, when you have like uneven earth, it gets a little weird, but there we go. And I'll use the mouse wheel, try to get lucky with the last one. May not work. Is it working? Work! Work. Work, 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 work. Okay, it's not going to work. Screw it. So there we go. We've got some two walls on the sides. Let's go up to the second floor, and let's finish what we started. So go back to floors. I'm going to use this small floor to sort of clean up these areas. And again, I spin it in order to get the groove that I want, and it tends to snap in when you do that spin. So we'll just go around and see what we can fill in. What the default game will let you fill in. Oh, looks like we got some weirdness going on. There we go. See if I can spin it. Will it let me? Alright, so that's the only one that will work. And that one will work. Well, that one? Okay, we'll leave that one alone. And we'll fill this in. Alright. And I'm going to do like a little, or I'm going to try to do a little connector boardwalk. Yeah, looks a little messy. Huh? Come on, you know you want to. There we go. Haha! Oops, I have to pick that one up. So you see, you can make it work for you. It's not always going to look terrific in the end, but I was able to sort of get around the physics in the game by just stacking things on top of each other. And so now I've kind of forced my own little boardwalk here. And if I go back, I want to use the original. Yeah, there we go. So now it looks much better, with the exception of this. There we go. Alright, so now I've got, a decent looking second floor. It's not great. But now it's time to build the third floor, and as you might imagine, we will be using the shack floor. It looks like I ran out of resources, so we'll just fix that real quick. There we go. I'm going to remove this one entirely, so this back piece. So I'm hitting R to scrap, E, and then I'm hitting up, and there we go. We have the wonderful stairwell again. Now if I spin it around like this, you see how it snaps in automatically? That can be really handy if you're not sure if something will fit. And then you can always just move yourself backwards and forwards, or the mouse wheel. So I want it to kind of go up like this. Oh yeah, for those of you that are wondering, this is Somerville Place. Let's see, it's like Somerville Place, so it's really far southwest. It's pretty close to the crater of Adam, and it's one of the few places I have not built a settlement on, so that's why I chose it. Alright, so yeah, let's do the same thing over here. That might end up looking weird. Let's just build this floor first and see how things work out. Okay, so I will build... There we go. Let's see if this is going to work. Alright. Pretty good, pretty good. And so, you know, this is a really quick and dirty settlement. I'm not going to win any awards for architecture here. But I'm just showing you that you can build big-ass settlements and use no mods. So you just have to learn how to use the build system. And, you know, I hope that it looks good. It may not look great, but hopefully it's appropriate for the swampy environment that we're in. We'll try spinning. Here we go. So I'm hoping to do a total of 4 stories, where the top floor is like, you know, it's the best looking floor. It's probably where I'm gonna put I'll put generators up there, and I do plan on adding a sign for this city, whatever we end up calling it. You guys can tell me what you want me to call it, but just keep in mind that I don't have a lot of space for the sign, so don't name it like, you know, something really long. Okay, let's finish this floor. Oh, in the upper right hand corner you'll see the size limitation. Since I'm not using mods, I can't just have an endless amount of, you know, size. So I am respecting that. You know, I'm not going to cheat and just add an endless amount of space in this video. I've done that in other videos, and you can see that on my channel if you're interested. Let's just finish this up, and I'll build the next floor real quick. I mean, as you can see, I haven't spent much time on this really. You know, it's not that hard to create something quickly, especially if you use these shack stairwells, which are just awesome. All right, so over here I'm going to remove this and snap in that. Okay, same thing on this side. I like symmetry, you may not. Whatever you want to do. Cool, it's like a treehouse situation. Alright, and let's slam this out real quick so we can start doing more fun stuff. Here we go. And so, you know, obviously resources are not an issue. I'm like level 68, and I do have most of the resources. It seems like I ran out of something there. If you have supply lines set up between all of your civilizations or settlements, then you can get a pretty constant stream of resources. If you're, you know, that into Fallout 4, which I'm sure some of you are. I certainly am. Crap. Okay. I'm still below the halfway mark on size, so it looks good. I think I'll be able to get my 4 stories like I want. And I think I should have the top floor be the where people sleep and stuff. So where all the beds are, and maybe the bottom floor is where I'll have all of the shops and stuff. All right, let me add this balcony. And then I'll start adding walls and all that good stuff. Let me jump down, and I want to see how much I've screwed this up. So, okay, it looks like this is a little bit too far forward, so I'll remove that. Or that'll be my scaffolding when I build the light boxes. But everything else seems pretty symmetrical. So let me start building some of the defenses. We'll do... actually, I'll do the walls first. We'll do the wooden walls on this floor. Where is it? There we go. We'll do a wall there, and here, and there, and here. Build this out real quick. Oh, and I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I've built out just like this, in a lot of cases just like this, some pretty quick and dirty settlements all throughout my save game. And I will be posting my save files for Fallout 4. Probably on my YouTube channel or somewhere, so everybody can go into my world and see my nerds, my nerdgasm. But shit. There we go. So we just walled out that entire floor. What I'm going to do is remove this and maybe that, and then I'm going to put. Let's do a defense. We'll do a defensive structure here. We'll do a guard post. That's pretty standard, right? Just slam that down there. Go over here, kill that, and do the same thing. Okay, so we got some defense on this floor. Let's see, how should I fix this? The way I usually fix these walls when they get uneven, if it's just not going to work with the standard wall, I go over to this wall, the wall end, and for whatever reason it seems to clean things up pretty nicely most of the time. Of course, it won't work this time now that I'm trying to show you, but let's see if I can get lucky. That's showing me some green. Alright, we'll try this other one. Oh. That kind of lets you close out that wall. It might be because this is up here. Yeah. Hopefully I can fix that. There we go. And so you can move this around and try to make it perfect if you want, but this is a real quick and dirty situation. Alright, so if this won't work, you can go over to miscellaneous and you can build this this railing sort of thing. But personally I don't like that. I think it looks dumb. So another thing you can do is you can try moving this forward like that with the mouse wheel. No. And then I might remove that, and then you see that'll snap into this. So it looks a little better. Let's see if I can put this back. Okay. And alright. And will let me do it? Okay, it won't. So we will settle with maybe that if it will work. It won't work. Okay. So we have one gap. Oh, I know how I can solve this. You ready? Think outside the box. Perfect spot for a guard post. Alright. See? Good job. Okay, so for this floor, do something a little different. We're still under 50% of our total size, so I'll go for the wood walls with the sort of balcony situation. So we'll do, which one do we want? How about this one? Looks good. Got like a little cloth design. Same deal, you know, you can use the mouse wheel and let it just snap into place. That's usually what I do. And I also strafe. And you can just hammer this out really quickly. Your only limitation is the resources that you have. And if you're on PC, you can just use the code TGM, and it will give you, well, endless resources. So it looks like I caused a bit of a problem here. Can I put, is it going to let me put that here? Maybe not. So how do I solve this? You can do this. You sort of place it like halfway onto another piece, and then switch over to your smaller one and kind of finish it out. That is one way to solve it. Actually, I don't want to put that there. You see? So there we go. It's fixed. That's one way to do it. And then I can slap this in. So, I mean, there are ways to get around the existing system, but I think most people just don't have the patience or the time to do any of this. I really like it, though. I mean, if you've ever played Minecraft or any type of building game, I mean, I like it. All right, we'll do a corner. So the shack corner wall, you can just use the mouse wheel, slap it into each corner. Like so. And it looks like we just climbed over the 50% mark, so I'm starting to run out of room for what I can build. Alright, so this is the top floor. Here's the, would this be the third floor? So what I could do is I could have most of the beds be in here. That might make sense. But before I run out of you know, resources, let me just get this, let me get the generator situation going. So let's build a few of these large-ass generators, because I'm going to need them in order to create this sign. So we'll build a couple of these. We'll build a lot of these. And we'll just use the space key to link them together, like so. So that seems like a lot of power, right? 50 power. Now the sign needs to be here, because remember, this is the scaffolding. So I'm going to go to lights, or not lights. I'm going to go to miscellaneous, and then light boxes. So now we're going to build, it looks like the tree would block it. So we'll start maybe here. Like here, maybe? Yeah, like right there. Yeah, so I'm thinking about making a tower. That might be a good idea. It's basically going to be four stories, but if you guys have any ideas on what to name this, just let me know. So what I'm doing is I'm laying the light boxes down like this, just so I know that they're all going to be next to each other. And then when I start picking the letters for whatever I'm going to name this city, they're all organized neatly right next to each other. So this is a strategy that I learned about. You guys should try if you haven't built a sign yet. So before I wire these things together, I'm going to, let's start with the name. So I guess I could just name it Swampy, just to show you. We'll name it Swampy. Alright, so you see how easy it is for me to build if I just use the mouse wheel, and they just snap right into place. So there I have my S. I can pick this up and move it over there. And my W, pick this up, put it right there. And I'll hit up again, and we'll do the A. And I'm trying to keep this entire build under an hour, just to show you guys that you can build stuff quickly relatively quickly. Okay, now the M. Here we go. There we go. There. Swamp. So maybe I should make the W go all the way up. I don't know. It'll look weird. I think that looks strange. So we'll do this. There we go. And then finally we got the P for swamp. And obviously the more light boxes you use, the more power you need. I wonder if I can get the Y as well. Be cutting it close. Yeah, it would have to be right here. Oops. Swampy. Swampy City. Okay, so we've got everything built. Now we have to connect these things, and this is annoying as hell, but I usually do it on 2 levels, so I connect the bottom and the top. And then I just sort of route them like so. It's easier if you do the unused one to the used one, I've noticed. So we'll do that. Like so. And hopefully when I'm done, it will just power on and be wonderful. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's we'll connect this over here. Now you can use pylons if you want. It's fine. It's just one more thing that I would have to build though, which would take away from my total size, so I decided not to do it. And let's see how far these generators go. I've got 5 generators, so that's 50 power. Oh look, it just all snapped in at once. Haha! Alright, so wire this up, wire that across, up, 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 haha! And after I'm done with this, I will add a terminal. Maybe I need to add the... Well, we'll see how it works. I think I can add the terminal to the generator, and then I can change these colors. Be kind of cool. Alright, so let's route that up, route it right, route it left, route it up, and route it up. What? Oh, so that tells me we don't have enough power. Well, I guess we'll just have to add yet another generator. That's a lot of fucking generators. 6 generators? Does that do the trick? Swampy? Well, that doesn't make much sense. Let me try something else. I will do a pylon. Do a pylon over here and a pylon over there. And I will try removing that, routing it here, routing that over there, routing this down to that, and routing that down to that. Okay. Still doesn't think it has enough power. Try routing this over here. Okay. How about if I move this over here? Oh, you don't want me to do that? Okay. Take down that wire, take down that wire, this one. Pick you up, put you over here. I would have thought that 60 is enough. But it is what it is. Let's see if that makes any difference. Alright, fine, I'll just add another generator to both ends. Oops. Slam it onto the last one. Okay, now that's gotta be enough power. Or I just screwed up the light boxes so badly. There we go! Hooray! Swampy! So now let's add that thing I was telling you about, the terminal. Miscellaneous terminal. So we're going to put the terminal right here. And then we're going to attach the terminal to that pylon. And then we're going to go into the terminal. Since that pylon controls the light boxes, we now have a light box control. I'm going to set the color. Since we're in the swamp, let's do green. Seems like a good color for the swamp, right? Yeah, we'll do normal. Alright, it's set. So let's take a look. Alright. Good color. Let me remove the scaffolding so people can see the swampy sign from afar. There we go. We'll take a look at it from down here. Swampy. Pretty cool. So now on the top floor... Oh, I'm sorry. Let's add some stores. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to go to sleep so we can see what I'm doing. It's so dark. We will do 13 hours. Alright, cool. Oh, help defend a boathouse. I could go do that. Yeah. But it's so bright. Maybe I shouldn't. Now you can actually see what I've built. Okay. So yeah, if you guys build a lot of settlements, they will get attacked. I know that people say that they never get attacked, but that's because they built like 2 settlements. If you build a lot of settlements, I've got like 30, you get attacked constantly. And you have to build on the settlements, not just like build a radio beacon and leave. Alright, so let's do the stores. We'll build a few stores, like the trader store. We'll put that over here. You know, because when people walk up to this city, you want them to buy your goods. We'll do armor, weapons, food and drink, clinic, and of course, clothing. Clothe yourselves, people. Alright, so there we go. We've got a thriving economy, but what do we not have? We don't have any food yet, so let's build some food. Go into the food here. Good old corn. Let's build some corn out here. Seems like a nice spot for some corn rows. I didn't seem to do that very well, but here we go. Got some corn that people can farm. We'll do the same thing on the other side. And over here. Alright, so our people can eat corn. Hopefully there's not a corn famine. Yeah, so we got food now. Let's see. Do we have a lot of water? We've got barely any water, so we'll do a couple water things here. We'll do one here, one there, and one down here. But I am running out of size space. You can see in the upper right-hand corner, starting to run out of space. So now I need to decide what I want to do on the top floor. So I've got a few defenders here, but not much else is going on. Go upstairs. And this is where I think people are going to sleep. So we'll do beds. Lay out some beds here. I'll try to keep it, I'll spin it so it's, I'll try to keep it organized. So we're going to have a city of, I don't know, like 25 people or so. Here's another area where we can have some beds. Maybe we'll do another row right here. And, oh, you see that my size just turned yellow? I'm getting dangerously close to max size. Alright, so that's a lot of beds for people to sleep in. We'll do a bathroom. Very important. We'll do a couple bathrooms. So we'll do one here. And one over here. Maybe an additional one here. And I'll go to the toilets. Have your toilet right there. Right there. And right there. Okay. So we have beds, we got bathrooms. So what do I want to do up here? See if I run out of wall space. If I can just wall off the generators, that would make probably the most sense. Or are they like creeping over the edge? They are, but I can move them. Whoop. There we go. And let's see if how bad am I on size? Ah. There we go. There we go. This doesn't want to do it. There we go. Cool. So if I can just wall this in, it wouldn't be too bad. And then I can add some guard posts on the corners. I gotta move these in again. And this should not affect, since the wires are still connected, and it's still green, it should not affect the light boxes. Okay, cool. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to give it a bit of an entryway here, like that. Maybe people want to go. Yeah, we'll just do this. All right, so now I have a pretty good situation here. I could probably spend the rest of my resources on a roof, but I don't really want to do that. So instead, let's add some guard posts. I'll put a guard post right out here. Over here, put a guard post. I like to do like the four corners, having guard posts. Seems to make the most sense when you're defending. But sometimes it just doesn't work out based on what you built. But you can always like redo things, and this is really just a quick and dirty build, so. Alright, now let's do a turret. We'll do a missile turret. Put one here. Of course it has no power. Put one over Let's just see if we can power this. Or if we lose one of our lights. No, we still got swampy. I'll probably lose a light if I put this over here, though, I bet. Let's try. Let's see if we still have swampy. Oh, we still got swampy. And 2 missile turrets. Okay, we'll do another guard post over here. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I guess with the rest of the stuff I could lay down some items. Furniture. Miscellaneous. Chairs, beds, decorations, wall coverings. We could do like a a basketball court. There we go. I guess for kids. A basketball court for kids. There's got to be a better... There we go. Yeah, so we could do like a hoop here. Maybe the kids one would be over there. And some decorations. How about some flags? We'll do a Minutemen flag. American flag. Floor coverings. And we'll just add this to make it seem like it's a court. There you go. Now you got your toy rocket basketball court. And let's say our dog patrols up here too. Dog meat. And put some drink machines over here. Keep cool. You know, whatever you want. Oh yeah, we have to have a little bit of Diamond City radio. See if we can put that on top. Nope. We'll put it on top of this. No, it won't let me do it? Okay. I'll put it right there. Turn on some Travis. See if it actually worked. Oh, yeah, it did. Cool. Yeah, so we'll go down to the first floor and sort of see what we built. This is the swampy city that I built in under an hour. Didn't really take me very long. It does have defenses. It's got stores. It's got a sign, crops, water, everything you need. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. But if you're interested, subscribe to me on YouTube. My channel is StimWalt. I build stuff all the time. I've built a number of cities, and I will be streaming live on the DLC that just came out for Fallout 4 because I have a season pass. I think it's called Automatron. So that might be cool. I'll be doing that soon. So check me out there. Otherwise, have fun. See you later.